still fly, I know. I'm still fly, let's go.
Hey guys, I'm Emma.
Hey guys, I'm John, and we're Emma and John, you're welcome.
Welcome back if you've been here before, and if you're brand new, then
welcome.
Hello. We are at a Roman villa today.
We are, yeah, I'm excited about today because we've done a lot of these videos now, like castles and the history ones, what we like, and I think this is the oldest one we went to.
Yeah, we reckon. It's Roman, so it's pretty old.
It is, about 2,100 years ago. What's mad?
And it's just behind John there, so we're going to go and have a look.
Yeah, it looks amazing. So, it's from Littlecote Hotel Estate.
Yeah, we'll leave it pinned in the description.
Yeah, near Hungerford. Amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome place, come and check it out.
Let's have a look.
So this settlement began its life with a small Roman military base to protect the river. I think it's the River Kennet.
In 70 AD, they were still using the site, so they built some huts, circular huts, and then in 120 AD, just think about how old that is, they built the Roman rectangular buildings that we know and love.
120 AD is roughly, like I said, 2,100 years ago,
yeah.
Roughly, give or take a couple hundred years or so.
Yeah. I reckon the river must have been a bit bigger back then because they used to use it to transport goods all the way through.
Well, it's a bit overgrown now, so it would have been overgrown maybe. So it might have been the same size, but without all the
just doesn't look very deep.
But I reckon that in the winter...
Maybe they had flatboats.
Yeah, and in the winter I would imagine that well flows quite quick.
Yeah, that's true, because it is flowing around the corner.
What? It's got to be, you can see a bottom, I reckon that's got to be 5-6 foot maybe.
Okay, it doesn't look that deep.
No, but in the middle I would imagine it would be.
Yeah, so it would have been super convenient for them to like deliver down, and then there is like the main house, I guess.
Yeah. And I think there was a pour down there, which shown in a minute, of cold water where they immerse yourself now. That's really good for health benefits now. So they were way before their time. What's amazing.
The sign here, it shows like, that's when I said they were like round huts. Then they made them into timber buildings. They made it a bit bigger, added on this fancy bit and made it even bigger, and then they reckon that's what it looked like.
Yeah, that's amazing. Because, I mean, that's about right, because all the castles we go to, they always start their life
yeah,
and go later on into stone, and that's exactly what's happened.
Yeah.
Because obviously you get more technology and more knowledge. That's amazing.
Yeah, so this is a building. This probably would have been the main bit that it started with.
What would have been in there?
It was a villa, so it would have had a house. It says it was a brewery.
Right.
And then first stone building. So this would have been the first stone building that Louis is weeing on. This would have been the first stone building from 250 AD. And then they added on that section at the back there. And then they added on these extra little rooms to the sides, and then they added on there later.
So later on, I don't know how many years ago after, they changed it into like a first spa, they reckon. What's amazing, because we live not too far from the Roman baths in Bath, and one day we'll go there. But do you think this is probably the first place that they started that sort of idea? Amazing.
Yeah, and underneath all of this they had the hydrocost, which is kind of your first central heating. So they would heat it in like fires down below, and it would heat underneath the floor. So that's fancier than some houses now.
Unbelievable. I mean, how advanced for that time was that? That's amazing. Yeah,
but we're going to go in and see the mosaic, which is the most exciting bit. It's one of the biggest and most well preserved Roman mosaic in the whole of the UK.
So yes, that's 2,100 years ago, roughly.
It's beautiful.
That's really well preserved as well.
Look how, I don't know, let me zoom you in because it's quite shadowy in here. We might get a better view as we walk around into the shade, but look how tiny the stones are.
That must have taken hours, days, years.
They did do some work on putting it back together. So, we just want to tell you a little bit of story about the discovery of the Littlecote Mosaic.
Yeah.
Because it's one of my favourite bits.
Amazing. Yeah, so this guy...
William George.
He found it when he was digging for post holes.
In
for a fence.
1727. If I don't tell you the date right now, I'm not going to remember it.
So in around the 1700 time-ish, he found it digging post holes, and
that's
I
pretty.
found something. What's this?
Yeah, so he drew a picture of it,
Yep.
and he coloured it in so that he knew exactly what it looked like.
Yep.
And then he buried it again.
He did. It's a secret. We didn't tell no one. Bury it up, and then no one else found it for another couple hundred years after that.
Yeah, I think it was like 1977.
Yeah.
They were digging. They thought it was ruined. They thought it had just gone, and they were digging up the area, and they found it, and they were like, "Oh, right." And it wasn't in pristine condition. They have done some work on it.
Yeah.
But we'll whiz you around in a second to show you the tiles because they're teeny tiny.
They are. It must have took years to build. Unbelievable. The details of it are amazing.
Yeah.
What I love about that story though, so the first guy who found it originally, his wife embroidered the mosaic and hanged it up at home for him.
Yeah.
Because it was his find.
Discovery, yeah.
What was amazing.
This is also one of the biggest Roman mosaic sites in the UK. There are sites that are not Roman but look Roman.
Right.
But this one is the real thing.
It is. It's insane. It's amazing.
Yeah, let me show you because we've not shown you.
absolutely.
Yeah. So they reckon it could have been religious, they're not sure, but the shape of it does kind of suggest like a cross maybe. But if you look here, we'll show you some more of the details, but they've got teeny tiny little stones.
How long that would take to do?
Like forever.
I know.
And then it's protected by this wall, so I think this would have been the floor to a hall.
Yeah.
They've built a roof as well to protect it from the elements.
Not original at all.
So the main bit is up there. Firstly, the walls. Yeah, so there is a story. Let me get closer and we'll tell you. I don't know it very well. But so in the centre, you can only just see the shadows. I'll see if I can get it better. But in the centre is supposed to be the god of the underworld. And then around are 4 goddesses representing the seasons with different animals.
I love that.
So they're not really sure what the purpose of the story is. There are different kind of stories. But like that there to me looks like a bat.
Yeah.
Maybe. And then you've got some dog things.
Yeah, that's amazing. Look how small them tiles are. These ones, even
They're
smaller.
so teeny tiny. Look at Louis.
Wow.
Louis?
That's mad to think that's over 2,000 years old.
Yeah,
Mad.
it's crazy. And it's still here. You could just put some varnish on it and it'd be good
I know
to go.
you've done a bit of work to sort of make it nice again, but even so.
Yeah, but you could definitely just gloss this and it would be a beautiful floor. Yeah, do you reckon we could do our kitchen like that? These are some interesting looking rooms.
I reckon that's a toilet.
This one here.
Yeah.
We love to spot a toilet.
As a toilet flat.
And what would that be?
Well, maybe. I don't know. They're quite small rooms.
They would have had big Roman baths places as well. And
plunge pools.
John was saying earlier there was a heated spa and a plunge pool, so it could have been a plunge pool.
A cold one.
Yeah.
Obviously great for health and that at the moment. There's a big thing at the moment, plunge pools, but yeah, way before that time.
Yeah. Stones in there are interesting.
It's got to be some sort of, I don't know, beams or some sort.
Maybe, but then that room would be unusable.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And obviously the river wouldn't have been all cleared.
Yeah. Yeah, it goes right past. Another view of... It's tricky with the lighting today, but
Say there, but spotlights and
I mean, it is free to visit, so...
I'm asking a bit much.
Yeah.
But it's amazing. You should...
It's really pretty. I think these look like big bats.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see that a bit better. This side in the sunlight. So right there are 2... I thought they were goddesses, but... they might be gods.
What's in the middle?
It's supposed to be the god of the underworld.
Right.
I remember it's like Orpheus, I can't remember. Orpheus? I think it's Orpheus. But then all the creatures of the underworld around it look like horses and cheetahs, and I think that one at the top there is a goat. This one here
Yeah, I think so.
is a goat. I reckon that's a fish and a dragon
Be a dragon, yeah.
and a
fish
pot
there.
and then the sun.
That's amazing.
So earlier I said about it being the god of the underworld, it's supposed to also be the sun god. So maybe these bits are suns,
Yeah.
and maybe the bits I said were bats were the sun.
Maybe.
Who knows?
It's amazing though.
Yeah.
I mean, like even smaller tiles, these bits.
Yeah, like the
Pointy
plaques.
bits, yeah.
So cool.
Unbelievable.
So this is the finest 4th century mosaic to ever be discovered in the UK. Or the British Isles.
That is quite impressive.
Yeah.
Love that.
And the villa itself, which is all the surrounding buildings, if you can call them buildings at this point. This is the only fully exposed, I was going down steps. This is the only fully exposed villa in the whole of the UK.
What's mad,
Yeah.
because that means, I'm sure there's been other villas and other mosaics around.
But they haven't
there's
found
loads,
all
they
of
haven't
it.
found them.
Yeah, or they found partially found
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
But we're just going to read this sign here. We've got some facts ourselves, but these are quite good signs actually.
Yeah. And the sounds are amazing. And this countryside around it, it's
Yeah,
insane.
it's
I love
beautiful.
it. Yeah, it really is.
And Louis is enjoying it
He
too.
loved it.
He loves to learn. So this is the West Range.
Yep.
Oh, this is how the underfloor heating worked, look.
Yeah.
So they would have heated it here. That's what
Yeah,
those
fire.
stones were for
Yes,
over
it
there.
was, yeah.
So if you look really closely, you can see those stones. They heated it there, and then it went under all these
How clever
gaps.
is that? That's basically how it works now, but obviously we haven't got fire.
We
We've
have
got-
pipes.
we've got pipes, yeah.
But if you look here, you can see there, and then
Yeah.
heated the building.
How clever. I mean,
Yeah.
to think they'd done that over 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Fair play.
And that's what it would have looked like, they reckon. I mean, obviously that's a
That's
drawing.
impressive.
But for like 170 AD.
Yeah. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. So it took them 330 years to get it to like fully done. Oh, these are the facts we told you earlier.
As if we knew.
I know, right? So they just kept like adding on bedrooms and bathrooms and stuff like that. So they just kept adding squares.
That's a quite long room.
Yeah. I wonder what that one
A
was.
banquet hall.
Or like just a hallway maybe, because you entered there.
Yeah.
This is that long room John was talking
I
about.
don't think it would have been a banquet hall because it's quite narrow.
Yeah, I think maybe just like an entrance,
Yeah.
hallway.
But this is where the.
Look at the central heating.
How amazing is that?
So you would.
No, we still don't know what that bit was. 'Cause that's
No,
a
they
separate
think it
area.
was a smokehouse over there now.
Okay.
And that probably was a barn before that. But where the like stone is there, that's where you built the fire. And then the channels
Yeah.
send the heating around.
Clever.
So clever.
That's amazing though.
I mean, we can't even figure that out now.
Well, it's kind of how it works.
Yeah. Just to put it into perspective, the Romans were around when like the Egyptians were around.
Yeah, we just asked Siri that. How
Yeah.
amazing is that?
Yeah. I felt really silly afterwards because I remembered about Cleopatra,
Yeah.
but it's crazy that the foundations are still here. Like, you could almost just build on top of it.
Definitely.
Look at this tiny little
Yeah.
room.
I wonder what that was.
Cloakroom.
Could have been.
I think you just put your coats in there.
No, it could have been like a painting room or something. Or it might have been a larder.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Cupboard or
Although there's no doorway.
No, it's true. I don't know.
So strange. So at its fanciest, this villa would have had about 60 rooms.
Would have made it one of the biggest in Britain.
Yeah, it would have had 2 thermospa bathrooms.
Yeah.
Because obviously in those days you did like a shared bath, didn't you?
Yeah, and I reckon that's one of them because you guys had steps going down
There's
to it.
some steps,
maybe.
and we've decided that's one of them.
It's either that or a cellar.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would have been massive. 1 hectare
Yeah.
would have been roughly the size of it.
Yeah, so the biggest in the whole of Britain.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
What's mad,
'Cause,
yeah.
I mean, it is big, and it is hard to imagine it like,
I would imagine that's for ground as well, mind.
yeah, and it would have been 5 stories tall.
Yeah.
Wow. But it is hard to imagine it, isn't it?
It would have had many, many mosaics for
Yeah.
that, and they only found one, but
Yeah.
they would have had so many of them.
Yeah, well, they did dig up some of the central heating to make more rooms.
Right.
Because obviously then they could have rooms further down.
Yeah.
In the end. So only like I think that bit and the bits
Yeah.
over there.
I'm
show.
so glad they found that and kept
Yeah.
that though. That's amazing.
Yeah.
What amazing villa that would have been in its day.
Yeah, it's cool. It's really fun to see.
It really is.
Oh, so that rock looks a bit like a frog.
Oh wow.
That's my joke.
Imagine something comes up and grabs you.
I would just simply die. What is that chain connected to?
I would imagine that's, I don't know.
Oh, don't pull it, it'll be smelly. Rah!
Nothing.
Ugh,
I love that.
vintage water. Look at that birdhouse up there. John said it might be for an owl. It looks quite big. We have seen
Yeah, Blackbird, would it?
we have seen a hawk around there.
Yeah. Could be that.
We've been making sure he doesn't kidnap Louis. they steal chihuahuas, don't they, hawks?
Some of them do. Like eagles do in America.
Yeah. So this bit is actually even older. They reckon there was a Saxon village here that's been reburied, but you can see like the lumps around the building. And that would have been a Saxon village. They think it would have looked like this.
How long ago was that?
In the 10th century.
Oh, wow. 3,000 years roughly then.
Yeah. And then they changed it into the South Range because they have to build on everything. No, they've changed it into the South Range and built this.
How insane.
Look at the little gatehouse. Would have been over there. That's so cute. So this building would have been the fanciest out of all 3 that we've seen.
It would have done.
And this would have been a big
This would have been
hall.
the boss.
Yeah, so here would have been a big hall. They did later split it into separate bathhouses. But yeah, this would have been where you came and had your fancy kind of parties.
Imagine there would have been.
Yeah. And then do we reckon that's a bathroom?
Yeah.
Any small... Yeah, why not?
All covered.
Oh, maybe that's the West Range that we just walked.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
We've just ignored that completely. It is massive.
It is massive.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, 60 bedrooms.
yeah, that's quite a lot.
It is a lot. I love that.
Quite a lot when we've got 3.
I love that. That's even older though.
Yeah.
The Saxon village.
Yeah.
10th century. That's mad. That's old.
And then it's not more damaged because there's obviously behind John there you can see moles.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we can't touch this Roman building.
And we're saying she's right. You could basically use these footings and build again now.
Yeah.
Easily. If it was allowed, you would never.
I mean, you would have to build it with the same kind of stone and stuff, wouldn't you? But we would be the fanciest people in Wiltshire.
You would never be allowed to do that.
No.
Right for yourself, but you absolutely could.
Yeah. This looks like a very simple building.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
There's-
a weird shape.
yeah. So there's that there, and then it goes along there, and then there would have been a wall
Yeah.
joining them together. Let's see what this one's about. These people must have been pretty rich.
Mint. So this bit here, obviously, we missed. It was walk past it. This would have been the gatehouse. So this would have been the most fanciest gatehouse in the whole Britain, I reckon.
Yeah, it's still the most impressive one they've found on any villa.
Yeah.
So that building there that John said was separate would have been for the gatekeeper.
Yep.
And then this would have been like, I don't know, just
Had stables as well.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I
Yeah.
mean, how impressive what they reckon it would have looked like.
Yeah, and it had a triple arch.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Amazing. I mean, just imagine that, you know, in your mind's eye, to think 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Stood there. Amazing.
So you would have come in through the gate
Yeah.
here, and then behind it would have been all those other buildings.
Yeah. So you would have went to your gatehouse, what's here. The North Range is the one that we went to where Mosaic was in. That one there.
Yeah.
That's where Mosaic was, where we just walked around.
Yeah.
The West Range is obviously right at the back.
West at the back, sorry.
Yeah, and the South Range, the most impressive one would have been here, that one there.
Yeah, and then this is the East Range.
Yeah.
And just,
Amazing.
yeah.
Just imagine that back in the day.
I just can't, like, picture it because it feels like so long ago
Yeah.
that they were building, like, proper buildings.
Unbelievable. Insane. I would be happy to be a gatehouse here.
Yeah, gatekeeper.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's so cool. So that was Littlecote Mosaic Roman Villa.
It was amazing, unbelievable. I can't believe how old it was and how much is still here.
Yeah.
The Mosaic was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get a chance to come here and see it, then definitely do so.
Yeah, it was really interesting learning about all of the history.
Absolutely.
And obviously we all learn about Romans in school,
We
so
do,
it
yes.
makes it even cooler.
It does, yeah, unbelievable. Like I say, over 2,000 years ago, and you've got all this still here now.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Thank you so much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.